Well, hello there. How are you doing today? Do you feel like doing a little bit of DIYing with me? Well, come on in and let's get started. So what do I have going on for you for today? Well, today I am going to be restoring an antique cash register that I have had forever. It's a piece that I've had for probably 20 years now, and I've never really done anything with it. I have tried to kind of clean it up and get the tarnish off of it, and I used Barlow, and you can see in some areas when I show you the before how I used it, and it just ended up being a really tedious job, and so I stopped partway through it and never finished it. And it just is kind of sad. And now I'm ready to kind of restore it, get it looking good. And this may be rage bait for some of you, and some of you may be really angry at me for what I'm about to do. But I'm going to restore this, and I am excited to see how it turns out. I'm a little bit nervous, but you know what? Heck, I'm not going to let that stop me. So come hang out with me and watch how I restore and redo this antique cash register that is over 100 years old. So here is the register before. This is how it has looked for the 20 years that I've had it, and as it is a good antique piece, I have tried to clean it unsuccessfully, and so I just feel like I want to restore it a bit. So that's what we're gonna do. This is it outside, and it is a cool antique piece, and there are people that will appreciate it for how it looks right now, and I have for a lot of years. But I feel like I just really want to do something with it. You can see I've tried to use Barlow on it, and it's just a real tedious, hard job because it has so many details and grooves and crevices in it. And so, you know what? I may live to regret this, but this is what happens when you're looking for a project to do and you think, hey, I've been wanting to do something with that register, so let's give this a go and see what we can do with it, how we can restore it and make it look just a bit cleaner, newer, but still distressed and rustic and antique, if that's even possible. Lately, I've been trying to find ways to make everyday spending work just a bit harder for me. We all need to buy gas, and every once in a while, maybe we treat ourselves to something fun, like say, maybe a trip to Cold Stones. That's why I started using the Upside app.
So before I fill up my tank, I open up the app, I see what offers are available near me, claim one, then simply pay with my card like I normally would, and it's really that simple. Around where I live, I've mainly been using the Upside app for gas, which honestly works great for me because it's something that I'm buying every week anyway. I also found offers for places like Cold Stones, so it's kind of fun to check the app before heading out because you never know what you'll find nearby. With over 100,000 participating locations across the US, the available offers depend really on where you live, so it's worth opening the app and seeing what's around you. One thing I also like is that you can stack Upside with your existing credit card and loyalty rewards so you can earn cash back on top of your cash back. Upside has already given back over $1 billion to its users. To find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use promo code KB10 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase. That's an extra $10 bonus on top of the cash back you're already receiving by using promo code KB10. Thank you to Upside for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to go in with some Barkeepers Plus. This is a soft cleanser. It removes rust, lime, stains, and tarnish, which I'm seeing a lot of. But when you flip it around, it also says it's good on copper. And so we're going to try this. I've done a bit of research on this piece, and I think that this is safe to go with.
And so I'm going to wet it down just a bit. I'm going to go in with the bar keepers. I'm going to scrub it on, and I am using a soft scrubber. And I did kind of move to a brush with bristles to get into the crevices of the detailing of this. And yeah, this is probably really gonna upset some people. I know I've probably already said that. I can just feel the comment section taking over by what I'm doing. But you know what? It is what it is. And it's my piece to do with what I want. And so, like I said, I may live to regret this, but we'll see. You know, I've never let that stop me before. I will tell you, this was more of a tedious job than I thought, but I can see as I'm using the bar keepers that the tarnish is coming up, but it wasn't getting into the crevices. I could see that the copper was starting to appear because you can see the pink coming up. But there were parts of it where there wasn't copper, where it was just this black metal. And you could tell that where the copper was versus where the metal was, that it was elevated. But I decided just to keep going. I was already in it. I went and grabbed my barkeeper spray, hoping that maybe if I sprayed it, that it would get into those crevices, let it set for a few minutes before I start cleaning it off, that it would help. It was really cleaning it and getting a lot of the tarnish off, but I could see that it wasn't cleaning it evenly. Okay, so after doing a bit more research and cleaning, I started to realize that this is copper plated, that there is an under metal and it was plated with copper, and you can feel where it chipped. It isn't tarnish, and where it just kind of weared away, and where it polished off in places. And so I'm gonna let this dry, and I'm probably gonna do something that not a lot of you will like. I'm gonna give it a bit more cleaning down here just to kind of clean up some of this, do away with that, and then I'm gonna paint it. I found a really cool aged bronze that I really like, that I've already tried on this piece here. It's wet, but I think that's what I'm gonna do to it. And some may not like that and say that I'm ruining it, but you know what? It's our piece to ruin, and it's not going anywhere. We're not selling it. We're not giving it to an antique dealer. We're keeping it for us. So yeah, I just love all the ornate scrolling on it and vines on it, but you know, I think I probably liked it better before when it was tarnished, but I wanted to clean it up a bit, and so I think it's gonna look nice when I'm done. And even after I paint it, I think I'll distress it, and I think it'll be fine. And yeah, it'll be a fun project. I'm sure this is total rage bait for some people, and it's not intentional, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is what we finished with. Yeah. Sometimes you're just supposed to leave well enough alone. But you know what? I can laugh about it because it's mine, and I'm gonna make it great again. I am actually multitasking today. I am doing yard work too. After I cleaned this real good and let it dry, or while it was drying, I was doing yard work. So I don't usually look good when I do stuff around the house like this. I don't know about you, but I am not somebody who puts on makeup to do yard work. If I'm being completely honest, when I know I'm gonna do yard work, I usually roll out of bed, throw on a pair of my yard clothes, my work clothes, and brush my teeth, and then I go do yard work. And so, yeah, that's what I do. That to me is real life. So I don't really want to scratch off paint on the glass. So, yeah, it needs to be taped off. I was kind of particular about the color that I wanted to use, and so Behr has this antique brass in satin. It's a metallic finish. I really, really love the color of this brass, and so I think this is the color I'm gonna go with. I had picked up a couple cans of a copper looking color paint, but I wasn't super happy with it. It looked more like a rose gold to me. Some of it had too orange of a finish, and some of it just didn't look like copper at all. And so I decided to go with this antique brass. I really like the look of antique brass. It's not too shiny. It's already naturally got that distressed look about it in the color. And I think that this is gonna go great. And because this is just a copper plated cash register, I'm not super worried about it. You know, it wasn't like it was solid. If it was solid copper, if that's even anything that is a thing with these. But what I'm reading is it was pretty normal that these were plated, and they were plated in 4 different finishes. And copper was one of them, gold, silver, and I think brass might have been one, like a matted brass. And so, yeah, I'm going to give this a good couple coats of paint, and I'll meet you back here once it's done. Oh my word, would you look at that color? I am loving it. This color was definitely the right call. I wasn't sure if I was going to want to restain the wood or not, or leave it in its natural color. So I wanted to take the tape off and get a good look at it to see if it was something that I could restore or freshen up a bit. I brought out my can of Early American because it is one of my favorites. And so if the wood needed to be restored or restained, if I didn't like the color, then I'm thinking that I'm gonna go with the Early American. And as I'm taking the tape off, I can already see that it's blending in way too much with the cash register color, that antique brass. I'm not liking the light wood. I think it definitely needs to be darkened up. So I'm definitely gonna go in with the Early American. Now, I will tell you that pretty quickly on, as I started this, I started to see that I was not liking the Early American with the antique brass. It's got an orange and a red undertone that I feel doesn't go good with the color. And so I went along with it anyway, just hoping that maybe when it dried, it would be a bit darker. But I will tell you that once it dried, I wasn't happy with it at all. So I'm gonna go in with a dark walnut wood stain, and this one is semi-transparent, and I'm gonna go right over that Early American and really darken this up just a bit, because I think the darker wood with the espresso undertone is gonna give it that dark rich look wood that I'm going for. That's gonna look perfect with this antique brass. Okay, so it is the next morning, and I am super, super happy with how this is turning out so far. The dark wood looks so much better than the Early American. I didn't realize how much orange and red was in that stain. Now I'm gonna go ahead and distress this a bit because it is a bit too clean and not dimensional. It needs some dimension to it. To distress this, I want it to look distressed, but I also want to give it that rust look. So I'm going in with a burnt umber brown by Craft Smart. It's an acrylic paint. I'm applying it with a brush, and I did water it down quite a bit. Once I apply it, I am going in with a rougher, more, coarse rag. And I'm dabbing it, and because the rag is so rough, it's gonna give it that textured, beaded look that you sometimes get with rust when it, is on metal and it doesn't have that smooth look. I don't know that I'm really articulating this that well, but by dabbing it with the rougher rag, it's giving it that look and it's coming out amazing. And this burnt umber brown is the perfect brown because it's got a little bit of that burnt red undertone in the brown that is going to give me that look, that rusted look, without having to mix a bunch of colors. Alrighty, so here it is. Oh my word, I just love it now. I really, really do. Yes, I know that I cleaned it and repainted it just to turn around and distress it again. But now this is just, a cleaner rustic distress. It's more even, and I just like it. The color is better for the house, and I am super happy with how dark the wood turned out. And so with that, I am going to put a Krylon clear coat on this, a satin finish, just to try and seal it and preserve it. But yes, I just love the way this paint turned out on top of it. I couldn't be happier with how this is turning out. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun restoring this piece. It came out way better than I thought, but exactly how I imagined it to be. I am so glad that I decided to paint over the copper. I'm realizing that copper just isn't for me. It has too much pink in it, and so this antique brass is just what I love. And just look at the before and after. I couldn't be happier with the way this came out. I am, however, going to work on making, the numbers work, and the drawer has never opened, and so I want to work on getting the drawer to open. But I couldn't be happier with the way this turned out. I love it. It is a piece that I am now super excited about. It's a piece I've always loved, but it's one that I'm excited about now too, and I'm really feeling motivated to get it working and just enjoying it for many years to come. Look at how gorgeous that turned out. And I did leave the numbers as was because I felt like it was going to be a little hard to recreate these. And so I think it just adds more character to this piece, the character that it deserves. Some of you may be a little upset with me, I know, for spray painting this antique piece, but you know what? It's our piece. We love it. I love the way it turned out, and it's not a piece that's going anywhere anytime soon. It's going to stay with us. It's a piece that Kayla wants when I am no more, and so I'm sure it's just going to stay in the family, and I think I did it justice. I love it. I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with me while I restored this cash register. I've got more pieces that I am about to restore, one of which is an antique gas pump that is outside. That is my next project. I'm super excited to work on that, and I've got some building that I'm gonna be doing here for Kayla. She wants a micro bakery for her sourdough, and so she gave me an idea of what she wanted to build, and I'm gonna build it, and I'm excited. We're gonna go shopping this week for some wood, and we're gonna get started on this, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. And yeah, that is just the beginning of the DIYing that I'm gonna be bringing to you. So until next time, everybody, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please, because I'm sure. Bye for now.